Hiya, pony fan! Do you want to see exciting new places, meet interesting new creatures, and be treated like an ATM?
No.
Well, The Lost Treasure of Griffonstone begins with Pinkie and Dash being summoned by the map to the Grand Kingdom of Griffonstone. And to help them out, the Princess of Exposition gives them a history lesson about the magic golden idol that fills the heart of every griffin with pride.
Renowned for both idolatry and hubris, this city sounds lovely.
Not really, it's kind of a dump. And it has been ever since a monster called Aranasti stole the griffin's idol of Boreas, and then fell off a cliff. So all the girls have to do is find the idol, right? Well, Dash seems to think so, but Pinkie doesn't agree. She seems to think that Griffonstone's problems are more deeply rooted. So Dash is off to the Windscarred Gorge, last known location of the idol, while Pinkie bums around town and helps Gilda bake. But Dash gets herself trapped and unable to fly due to powerful winds. So the plucky pony and the gallant griffin have to team up to rescue Rainbow Dash. And of course, we get a Last Crusade-style cliffhanger. But of course, Gilda decides to save Pinkie and Dash instead of grabbing the idol. And the episode ends with Gilda being deputized into the Friendship Corps. Okay, this episode is kind of a mixed bag. It's got some really good stuff and some really not so good stuff. First off, Griffonstone is a cool new location. It's got a rugged windswept look, which contrasts really well with Ponyville's picturesque medieval village meets Main Street USA Disneyland vibe. The griffins are also really neat to look at, with a wide variety of designs and colors. Their clothing and accessories have a Russian, Persian, or Mongolian flavor, again very different from the Western European/American look of Equestria. This episode has a great adventure aspect to it, with the exotic location and Rainbow Dash going after lost treasure in a dangerous gorge. The episode's big action set piece, which bears a fairly strong resemblance to a certain moment from the career of Dr. Jones, is definitely well done.
Still, I think it could have done with a few cultists or fascists. Wouldn't you agree?
No. But it was great to see Gilda again. Last time we saw her, she was basically an antagonist, but in MLP fashion, Gilda turns out to be not so bad, once you get to know her. She's prickly, sure, but underneath that tough exterior, she's cool, loyal, and a good friend. She's also a baker, apparently.
Hey, the girl's gotta eat, doesn't she?
But this episode does have a few problems. First off, there's Dashie's characterization, which feels off to me. She seems to be placing all of her issues with Gilda onto the other griffins, and basically prejudging them, which feels out of character for her. But the weird thing is, she's actually kinda right. All of the griffins are crass, indifferent, and greedy, except Gilda, and it takes her a while to come around. I understand that the griffins are culturally different from the ponies, but still, they should have shown more virtues to griffin society. Now, at one point, Gilda's grandpa Gruff tells Pinkie and Dash about how the idol of Boreas was stolen.
He charges for the story, of course.
But he's actually kinda hard to understand. He's got this scratchy voice, and it's just kinda difficult to hear him. I needed to listen to his speech a couple of times to make sure I got it all. Finally, I find it weird that Twi would be so ill-informed about Griffin history. I mean, none of the Griffins that have visited Equestria have mentioned that their kingdom has been kingless for,
a while.
Yeah, a while. Okay, now it's time to break down the good and the bad in My Little Pony, The Lost Treasure of Griffonstone. On the good side, this episode has strong art direction, with lots of new locations and all new magical creatures. And Gilda's a good guy. Now that's cool. On the other hand, Dash isn't being as open-minded as she should be. The Griffins are being excessively dickish, and some important exposition is hard to make out, which are all problems that impact the episode. So I give My Little Pony, The Lost Treasure of Griffonstone, a 3.5 out of 5. Be sure and come back June 13th for my review of My Little Pony, episode 100, Slice of Life. If you're interested in more reviews of anime, movies, TV shows, comic books, and video games, check out my channel on YouTube at StupidPrivate913, or find my Facebook and Deviantart pages for video updates and more. Thank you for watching.
Hey kids, today's show is brought to you by the letter 4 and the number potato! I'm a stupid private.